It's very tough.
Canada was very tough on us. Canada is very tough. They're very, very tough.
Canada's a special place, and they really are good at ice hockey, aren't they?
Canada is a very special place. Canada's absolutely one of the worst. Canada's been very bad to us. Canada's very tough. You know, we're not treated well by Canada.
Canada's very, very tough. You know, we love Canada. We think of the beautiful song and the ice hockey games. Oh, Canada, isn't it beautiful? But in the meantime, they knock the hell out of us.
Canada's been tough on the military.
Canada, very, very tough. Very, very tough. And they're very tough. And they're not at all nice. But we've made them nice. We've made them nice.
Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years.
People don't realize Canada is one of the toughest negotiators.
Canada, who is very tough to negotiate. You know, we think of, oh, Canada. Oh, Canada's tough. They're tough.
Canada has been very tough to deal with.
Canada was very tough. Canada has been very tough on this country.
Oh, Canada. We love to hear the song, right? But let me tell you, they are very tough, and they've taken advantage of our country for many, many years.
Canada has treated us very, very unfairly. Canada was very tough to deal with, you know. Canada was tougher to deal with than China.
Canada was very tough.
Canada, they're very tough. I have a great relationship with Canada. They're very tough with Canada.
The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperation, is over. It's my solemn promise that when President Trump threatens us again, we will fight back. We will fight back with everything we have to get the best deal for Canada. We will build an independent future for our country, stronger than ever.
Because everyone says, when are you going to sign deals? We don't have to sign deals. We could sign 25 deals right now, Howard, if we wanted. We don't have to sign deals. They have to sign deals with us. They want a piece of our market. We don't want a piece of their market. We don't care about their market. They want a piece of our market.
America is not Canada. And Canada never, ever will be part of America in any way, shape, or form. Look, we didn't ask for this fight. We didn't ask for this fight.
Canada is a strong, independent nation that's deep-rooted in decency, really. And it's a place that values high ethics and respect, unlike the polarized, disrespectful, and often now hate-fueled climate that's in the U.S.
We're going to be friends with Canada. Regardless of anything, we're going to be friends with Canada. Canada is a very special place to me. I know so many people that live in Canada. My parents had relatives that lived in Canada, my mother in particular. I love Canada. I have a lot of respect for the Canadians. Wayne Gretzky, I mean, how good, the great one. Canada is a very special place.
From now on, for example, with our new Buy Canadian policy, when the federal government spends, we will select Canadian suppliers by default. The days of our military sending 70 cents of every dollar to the United States are over. We are going to build Canada strong with Canada Steel, Canadian aluminum, Canadian lumber, Canadian workers.
And U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick is criticizing the Prime Minister's speech at the World Economic Forum this week as, quote, political noise. In an interview with Bloomberg TV, he also criticized Canada's recent deal with China, suggesting it could put a renegotiated CUSMA at risk.
I think what that is political marketing, right? The Canadians have the second best deal in the whole wide world. If they continue this path, right, which is a political path of a certain thing, I'm going to go fly to China, I'm going to open up my markets to China, I'm going to take Chinese electric cars and do all sorts of this stuff, then when USMCA gets renegotiated this year, sort of like towards the end of the summer, right in the middle of the summer, do you think the President of the United States is going to say, you should keep having the second best deal in the world? That is like the worst strategy I've ever heard. They suck. Look, we are a $30 trillion economy, right? We are the consumer of the world. Okay? okay? Carney has a problem with us. He gets on a plane and he goes to China. Does he think the Chinese economy is going to buy his stuff? China is entirely an export-driven economy, right? So what did he do? He came back and said, oh, we'll take their electric cars. I mean, is this nuts? It is outrageous that Canada will not put U.S. spirits on the shelf. It is insulting.
Look, the only reason Canada is boycotting U.S. spirits is because Trump randomly placed tariffs on Canada out of nowhere. Also, it's not a secret Trump's been trying to bully Canada into becoming the 51st state. Canada did not start this one. Trump did. Obviously, everyone knows it.
So Trump is now threatening our neighbors in Canada to delay the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge, a project that Canada financed after the U.S. refused to pay for it. He's demanding that the United States receive a 50% ownership stake before it opens, or he'll delay the opening of it, despite the fact that he refused to pay for it. We do not have a president. We have a mob boss. If you're tired of this bullshit definition of America first that has us at our allies' throats and kissing the ring of our enemies, give me a follow. You are not alone.
There's two parties in a negotiation. One, we're not sitting here taking notes, okay, and taking instruction from the United States.
Canada's been a very difficult country to deal with over the years. We hear Canada, we have a great relationship with the people of Canada, but it's been very difficult, and they put a charge, and they were a little bit early, we found out about it. So, and we have all the cards, we have every single one. We don't want to do anything bad, but they have, economically, we have such power over Canada. I'd rather not use it, but they did something with our tech companies today trying to copy Europe. They copied Europe. It's not going to work out well for Europe either, and it's not going to work out well for Canada. They were foolish to do it. And so I said, we're going to stop all negotiations with Canada right now until they straighten out their act.
Some perspective for Americans who are going after Canada again. Look, Canada was disrespected by an ally, and they simply responded. It's well within their right to push back, all right? And just because they don't want to sell U.S. products anymore, doesn't mean you can get cranky about it.
Let's get one thing straight. Canada needs to bow down to us. Okay, they owe us so much money, and they owe us a lot. They either bow down to us, or we're going to take them. We're going to take them out. Trump is not going to play with these guys. We give them a chance to become the 51st state. They refused it. So we put tariffs on them. Now, they want to play hardball. The next hardball is a good nuke right there to Ontario. Think about it, Canada. Join us. Or perish.
That's a lot of writing. Hold on, I'm just going to get my glasses. All right, here we go. Here's what you're missing. America allows, all caps, Canada to trade with them. We don't need, again with the all caps, anything Canada has. 75% of Canada's products come here. Only 14% of ours go to Canada. First of all, I think you're having problems with the math there, hun. But second of all, let me just get my book, because I have some things I need to discuss. On the math part, here's the problem. It seems like you're selling an awful lot to Canada, right? So we're buying a lot of your product. So it seems as though it's going well for you. Do you also understand that a trade deficit, just because we're a teeny tiny population, isn't the same as a subsidy? You've looked up those words? Are you sure? Can you have somebody read them to you? Once you do that, can you get somebody to read them to Trump? Okay, here we go. What do you guys need from Canada? Number one, by the sounds of it, eggs. You guys are asking a lot of countries for eggs, so, I mean, maybe that's just temporary. I don't know. Number two, water. Fresh water? Even Donnie himself talked about the faucet. In the tap, we just turn it on and off. Easy come, easy go. Neither here nor there. Number three, oil. you haven't done your research there, right? You think drill, baby drill is going to pull you out of it. You don't understand that the crude oil that we have, that we send down incredibly cheaply, is actually the type of oil that you built all of your refineries on the basis of. So in order to go Canada oil free, you need a complete overhaul of your infrastructure. Do you understand the word infrastructure? I'll spell it later. Number 5, the Arctic. Lots of resources, right? A huge transportation, right? You understand that? And also, that's probably where the aliens are buried, if you want to find those at all. Wood, lumber. Do yourself a favor. Look at a topographical map of Canada, the United States, and look at our lumber per capita. We have so much of it. I should just be sitting on any piece of lumber now. Wood should surround us all in Canada.
What's next? What's the next country that's just gonna fucking throw it in our face? You tell me in the comments. Listen to this lady. She gives peak Canadian energy.
I think who I voted for would be the best to take care of Trump, because Trump is, I'm sorry to say, an ass, and he shouldn't even be president of the United States. But because he is, we need a strong person so that we can stand strong.
So when it comes to Canadians, she's like raging. What happened to the whole, we're not going to mess with the rest of the world, it's not our business, we're going to take care of the USA? Trump has done nothing but fuck with the entire world. This is so fucking stupid. It's wild to me that if you remember, at the end of World War II, they thought of the US as the sleeping giant that got awoke. We're doing that shit all over the place, including Canada. They were the sleeping moose who's about to go fucking buck wild with maple syrup all over us. So Mark Carney, with the surprise win for Prime Minister, purely off an agenda that was anti-Trump. Are you fucking kidding me? Only Trump, man. Only Trump can do this shit.
America is not Canada. And Canada never, ever will be part of America in any way, shape, or form. Look, we didn't ask for this fight. We didn't ask for this fight. But Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves. So the Americans, they should make no mistake, in trade as in hockey, Canada will win.
Now, Canada is becoming one of the most strongest country in the world, because now MAGA is raging that Canada is developing, Canada is growing, Canada is becoming stronger without America. And it's crazy to see that people who used to believe that everybody must do as they want, everybody must maneuver as they want. Like, even Trump is like, Canada is the strongest country I know. Canada is small, yeah, but it's more strong than you think, right? So seeing Trump admitting that Canada is stronger than the whole world think is crazy, because we expect Trump to be fighting back, because Trump, you know him how he is. He always fighting back because he don't admit win. He don't admit losing, because Trump always want to be seen on top. But Canada today is rising, is developing, is becoming powerful. Even Prime Minister Macron came and people thought like he was coming to address any point, like maybe trying to calm down or something, but he came straight for the point. He don't want anything, any ties they have with America, anything they have with America, they are cutting them off. They are cutting everything they have for America. They're now preferring to grow on their own, to grow alone. And he is very clear that he will do everything in his power to bring Canada the better deals that the world will offer, rather than working with America. That's why the other day Trump was demanding that he wanted Canada to be part of America, to be 51st state of America. But Canada stood strong and refused to work that way, because they felt like if Trump is unable to control America, how will he be able to control Canada? How will he be able to control us? How will he be able to feed our country? If he is failing to feed his country, how will he be able to feed Canada? So Canada depends on itself. They can work with America, yeah? Canada can build vehicles and sell them to America, but now, if it comes to a point whereby we want to overtake and overrule us and step on us, then we ain't allowing that to happen. We ain't allowing that kind of thing to happen, because it's crazy for us to be working with you in a good way, but you want to take over and control and step on us and destroy us. So Canada are wishing, Canada choose to boycott MAGA business because MAGA are part of America. They're always feeling like everybody, like the world evolves around them. But no, the world is not stagnant. The world is moving. People are moving. People are growing. So Canada is now becoming better without America, without MAGA, without any product from America. So Canada don't depend on America anymore. They depend on themselves. They depend on who they are. They don't have to depend on America or to be fed, to eat or something. They have to build themselves on their own. Tell in the comments, do you believe that Canada will grow without America? I love you and I'm out.